Hi.
Hello.
Yeah. So here we are back with yet another video on how to crack theory papers. So, like after our last video, we have received so much of questions asking like, can you do a video on how to crack practical papers as well as theory papers? But as of now, first we thought like, let's take theory papers, right?
Because as we all know, theory paper is very challenging, but actually with the right strategy, you can crack this paper.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you have the right strategy, I think you can definitely crack theory papers easily.
So in this video, actually, we are planning to give some tips by which you can crack theory papers.
Not much, just 5 tips on how to crack theory papers.
Yes. So the tip number 1 for you is understanding the syllabus, its weightage, as well as the exam pattern.
Yeah. As you all know, like for each subject, the syllabus is very vast. So you should actually know what is this exactly covered in the syllabus as well as the weightage of each of these portions.
Yeah.
Because at the last time, if you have any time constraint and all, if you have to plan, you need to know the weightage of each chapters, subjects, and not subjects, each chapters and that portion specifically and all, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's all about our tip number 1. The tip number 2 is reading, summarize, and short notes. See, we all know it's a theory paper, so you have to practice reading. As I used to say to my students, like theory paper is nothing but it's a process of learning, de-learning, again relearning. You will learn in your first go, you will learn so much of things, then you will forget so many things. Again, you need to repeat the process of learning.
Yes.
So you have to read n number of times so that you can have a very good grip over the subject.
Yeah, and while through reading, you should create your summary notes, which will help you in your revision.
Yeah.
So second tip is reading and creating summary notes.
Yeah.
And the third one is different types of learning. This is very important, I think, to prevent boredom of learning theory papers.
Yes. See, because at times what I used to get feedback from the students is they used to feel bored when they are reading. So see, we can't stop the process of this read. We have to read. We have no other option, right?
Yeah.
So we can test different methods of learning. For example, when I was a student, I used to read alone. Then I used to call my friend and we used to have a discussion over the subjects. Means when you're calling your friend, you should restrict your communication with the subject matter itself. Okay. Then you can go for group studies.
Yeah.
Sometimes we can depend on this podcast. Like nowadays in YouTube, a lot of podcasts is available relating to subject matters. So you can depend on this podcast. Or at times I used to record my own short audios and I used to hear it.
Understood.
So all these process help me a lot while cracking the theory papers.
Yeah, definitely, because we all need to have at least more than 2 types of study techniques,
Different
right?
methods of learning. Sometimes
Yeah.
I used to learn silently. Sometimes I used to learn like reading loudly. So you have to understand which is your comfortable zone. You have to understand which is your method of learning, and you have to swap through this
because that will help you to overcome this boredom of learning theory papers.
Yes, this is the most important tip. Yeah.
And then the fourth one is creating mnemonics, flashcards, mind maps, etc.
Yeah, these mnemonics, when I used to teach, even now when I used to teach CA, inter, audit, or SM, I used to use n number of mnemonics. These are the mnemonics which I used to use when I was a student. So these mnemonics helped me a lot during my studies. So it's not about creating a mnemonics. It's very important that you revise these mnemonics and you should practice these mnemonics.
Yeah.
Just by creating a mnemonics, it's not going to help you.
Yeah.
You have to revise these mnemonics n number of times so that
you will be able to recollect it.
Yeah.
And that brings us to our last tip, that is multiple revisions.
The most important tip for cracking CA.
Third one was also most important. Fifth one is also most. Everything
Everything
is
is-
important,
yeah.
but then multiple revisions, as we said in our study plan video, you should at least find time for more than 2 revisions in your complete study schedule.
Study schedule, yes. Because as we all know, theory, the main problem while we used to learn theory is we used to forget. Whatever we have learned, we used to forget. See, it's very natural that you used to forget. It's very human thing to forget the things which you have learned already. But at times, by keeping on revising the same topic again and again, the time we take for revising will be obviously it will be less than the time we used to we took for the first time reading or the second time reading. So you have to keep on revising
this will definitely help you to recollect all these things, because whatever we said in the previous point, mnemonics and things, only through multiple revisions you will be able to recollect it. Because in exam, as we already discussed, we have time constraint. We need to be able to recollect it very quickly.
Yeah. So this is all about our
video
tips to crack theory
three
paper.
papers, and then
Hope you like this video.
and one more thing. So have a proper schedule, study schedule, have proper relaxing methods, and also have proper what to say.
What?
Whatever. So that's all. So if you guys like this video, like our video, subscribe and share to your friends for more of that kind of videos.
Thank you.